Welcome back to Coffee with Mark and Joe. In this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the stress that the kids are going through and exactly what it looks like from a behavioral standpoint and what's going on in their brains. And so we have to kind of divide kids up into pre-adolescent and adolescent because their brains are in very different places and their needs are different. But I can tell you this, in both situations, neither the pre-adolescent or adolescent brain was prepared to be sequestered at home for 7 months with COVID in the backdrop. So what we're going to see is with adolescents, so when we look at our teens, they're really struggling because a teen brain needs three things, and this has been for forever. They need peer interaction. This is the time when that kid is starting to, explore new relationships. It's essential to their growth. They need novel experiences and the ability to, to experiment and try new things. And the third thing is, and this is hard for parents, but that teen needs to get separation from family. It's biological. It's a drive. They've got to separate.
And when you look at, Joe and I both have older kids, but we've been around in the school district for a long time. When you look at the younger kids they need some of those pieces in some instances, but they need to know that the safety, I feel secure, the routines. That's why they really do go well with the structure of school. A lot of them, they might be rambunctious at school, but there's still the structure and the consistency of every day is the same. I know what I'm doing. These changes impact them a lot because it's not consistent, and maybe I'm not sure if I feel secure because I see some of my adults feeling stress. The other pieces they're missing drastically is, I laugh at this because my kids are grown and I've never been kind of glad to be an empty nester, but AYSO, all those things are gone. The kid is part of a club team. The kid can't go to the park anymore. You can't take them to the park. If they're riding their bike up and down your street, might be the best that they get. So there's some big pieces that have impacted our kids as well, from the younger kids to the older kids.
And we see the behaviors,
yes.
So we start to see our kids are anxious, and even when you have a stable home, you start to see that the child is anxious or depressed, and you will see maybe the weight gain, and you see them getting very snippy, and maybe again it might just be my family, and Mark and I were talking. He's an empty nester. I just dropped my oldest daughter off at college about a month ago, and people were asking, did you cry when you dropped her off? I'm like, no, I barely slowed the car down.
I might have last year.
I'll see you in June. Have a good year.
The biggest piece, like Joe was talking about, the connection and how kids are missing some of that. So some of the things you'll see is that the kids are doing things that since they can't have that, they might be staying up late. Mm-hmm. They might be trying to be on their phone more because they're trying to stay as much of a connection as they can. So even though kids are on their phones quite a bit anyway, during school they would have had passing period, they would have had lunch, they might have been at after school activities, right. When I'm walking home, all of those pieces that they're missing. And so that has a big impact on that. We talked about stress with adults. And that 6 to 7 hour break
yep. from family that that the school day is huge for the yep. Satisfying the needs of those brains. So we're dealing with kids whose basic biology is just running headlong into what's been going on for the last few months, and the kids are definitely struggling. And again, we'll leave this on a good note. Your kid isn't broken. As much as you might feel like they're nuts, they're not. They're just responding to a new environment, and it will get back to normal, and the kids will adjust back to normal over time.
Yep. So our next episode, we're going to talk a little bit about helping your kid deal with the stress in their life.